Welcome back, friends. I am Joyce.
I'm Liz. I'm Rhea.
I'm Mel.
I'm Shaya.
And we are My Gym Friends. We are talking about today when it's like a thing that's kind of a little bit gut-wrenching for me. It's like when the kids grow up and they don't need you no more. I always, say, where does the time go? Mm-hmm. Where does the time go? And you're starting over, so it's kind of weird, especially because, let me just say this, is because you still have not kind of let go with Eric.
Right.
But the time where we used to have everything, in our purses, you never knew if you dug in there what would fly out. Mm-hmm. Like, I look in my purse now and I can go right in and get what I need. And I'm like, man, I used to pull out fruit snacks and extra underwear and some toys, baby wipes.
Whatever.
I used to be excited about getting the little funky toys out of the Happy Meal box because I was like, yep, because in the case of in a clutch, this thing is going to go good and they're going to feel like they got something new.
Yeah.
Because I ain't opening it, Now it's like I can barely get a hug. It's different, right? What do you think is like the thing? I think that all of us have had those moments or shared where we see them and then we blink back tears because you can remember, like in this house, we brought Asher home in this house. Mm-hmm. So there are point and places in the house that if he hits the corner in just the right way, I'm like, I can't, those bittersweet things. We just looked at Jet looking like,
I know, a grown man.
Yeah.
I persevered. Yeah, when he first started to show up at the gym where I was at, he was maybe 5'10", 5'11", and now he's 6'4". That was in 2 years. He just brought it up, and it was right before my eyes, and his voice changed overnight. Mm-hmm. It was, "Good night, Mom," and the next morning he said, "Good morning, Mom." I said, "Huh?" I said, "Clear your throat."
Why is there a man in my house?
Brush your teeth. He's like, "What do you mean?" I said,
"Oh my God."
Yeah.
Go back upstairs and find my child.
It's like, go back upstairs.
Yeah, it really happened overnight. And I will say, it didn't seem that fast with the girls.
I was just about to ask you that. Is it different?
I don't know why, and it almost seemed like Tay and Sydney, they're only 16 months apart. They grew up together. Mm-hmm. So they were damn near twins. So I didn't have that, oh, Tay's so big, oh, Sydney. They just were, it was like side by side.
Yeah.
But then I think the difference, Jet was so small, like compared to them, because there's an 8-year difference between Sydney and Jet. So it was like, oh, the baby, oh, damn. Why is he 6 feet? Oh, no. And now he takes up more space in the house than everybody, just in his presence, because he's so big. So it really did feel like I blinked, boom. And then Shaya, was it last week we went bowling? Mm-hmm. And I walked past Logan, her medal, and I said, "Oh, Becca, why am I looking you in the face?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen him in maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's having a growth spurt.
No, try again. Come back. It's the shoes. I tried to. I'm like, no, it's the shoes. If we stand barefoot, it's not the same. Mm-hmm. But that was overnight, I feel like, for him. Mm-hmm. So I think that's just, it sucks.
Do you think emotionally there's a difference? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like at first I thought it was a boy-girl thing. And no, it does honestly hurt the same.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that there is definitely the baby and the older. Yes. Like, the olders are going and I'm like, yep, go ahead, go. Yeah, run. Like the training wheels are off. I'm still running behind the bike. But with the littles, I'm more like, you sure you want me to pull these off? Because you're going to like do a little weeble wobble on these. I'm like trying to talk them into slowing down just a little bit.
I don't know how to change my baby voice yet to him.
Yeah.
My son.
And he's 8.
I know, and I don't
She's
know,
like, I know.
What, and do I have to change my cool lingo yet? Like,
yes.
I don't know how to talk. He's my baby. No. Like, when do you change your voice?
Now.
Yep.
What up, dude?
They're,
Just call him bro.
yeah.
Fist pump.
I do.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely tell you though. I think that, and I think that's part of the bittersweetness is like kind of when you get that check or the time that you go in for the hug and they you know I call it life boards you, you know, or they're like mom, you know, where you're just like what are you talking about mom, like who cares about these people that I can't get that kiss again, you know what I mean, like you can't get those moments back. And I think it's the combination too of like knowing what we're sending them off to. You're like, dang, we really didn't make it any better.
Yeah.
We haven't made it any better.
Well, and
yet.
I feel for mine, you guys probably felt the same, but COVID sped that up so much.
Oh yeah.
They were home, and I was still working because I didn't stop working the whole time. In fact, I worked more than I ever have before in my life, but I was still going into the office for certain things. They were at home doing school. And I would have never left them alone at that age by themselves for hours on end, just like bye.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a choice.
Right.
A single parent, I'm at work, and they were doing school. Like there wasn't an option. So for me, I felt like that really sped up me, you know, feeling them more independent. Where I wasn't ready, but there was no choice, and it happened.
Yeah. And I think the distance of that time, that distance learning made them more college ready or college like, in that you have to be on from this time to this time.
Right.
You have to submit the assignment digitally. There is no like it's either you did or you didn't. There was all these absolutes that little babies had to adhere to.
Yes.
You know, that was really crazy to me how that happened. And then when they went back to school, there wasn't like, hey, let's sit down, we're gonna all do it the end of where the papers and all that stuff, like the papers instantly went away, and
Online.
and folders, and you know, even when you're purchasing all of the school supplies, you're like, hey, you don't need no folders, I'm gonna get them anyway, you know.
You
gonna need them just in case. I'm in denial. I'm gonna get some for the whole class. Everyone get a folder. Give me the list of names of your kids. Everyone needs a folder. It was just so weird in that transition, and then they were leaving the house. Like I set up in rec centers for first responders kids, and the kids would come in with their little computer bags, like they looked older, they felt older, and there was a sense of grieving because they couldn't really play, and the play that they did do was so awkward and weird for so many months, you know. But I still feel like there's just this thing that even, you know, when my 26-year-old comes home, sometimes he'll, you know, say something that he would say when he was little, and just kind of like smile at me, like, you know, it's like that's when you know you're doing a good job, right? Like you're like, okay.
I miss when they used to mispronounce words. It was so cute. I just want them to keep doing that forever.
It was cute until we passed this restaurant on Flamingo Autumn. She called it sizzling vagitas. Girl, it's fajitas. I busted out laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, what'd you say? Say it again. Say it again. Sizzling
so
vagitas.
cute
I was like,
and
fajitas.
I love that one.
Yes, she struggled to say certificate. She couldn't say certificate.
Oh.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, I was like, it's whatever you say, baby.
That's exactly right. And they all belong to you.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
What do you think the biggest emotional separation has to be, like that? You know, for me, it's always letting go, and part of my journey is, you know, you guys know, real rough childhood after a certain point. So for my kids, I worked really hard in having those memories and making magical moments. So for me, it is like allowing new moments to happen. So letting go with them is so hard. True story, last week, which kind of made me really want to do this, is that I'm cleaning out. You guys know, retirement, cleaning out, reorganizing. And I mean, when I say I had 11 shoe boxes, like the Tupperware ones of bows, that Taryn was like, what you want to do with that? I was like, what you mean? You know, she was like, no. I was like, dress days, theme days, spirit week. And she was like,
None of that.
Ain't no way, boy. And when I tell you carrying that stuff to the garbage, I bawled like a baby. I was like, again, this is really it. It's over.
Yeah.
It was letting go is crazy, knowing that this new adventure is also so fun because she is so friggin' funny. Like, for sure, the
Yes.
funniest out of all of my kids. This little one is, got me, always on my heels, but just to know, like, that was the last bow I ever put in somebody's head.
Yeah.
It will never, ever happen again.
Yeah.
Until you have grandbabies.
Yeah.
Too late. She threw them out now. She's gotta
No,
get new
I can
ones.
make all new ones. Listen, I am fully prepared for that to
Mia,
come.
she is ready.
No,
Just kidding.
no. Time out.
Not ready.
Miles in the next 4 years,
Okay.
if you're thinking about it, yeah. And it's
Wait,
only
yeah,
if you
sometime.
meet the right girl. Yeah, take
That's a
it
whole
slow.
nother topic.
Yes. Oh yeah, we need to put that down. We got to come back and have that combo.
Mhm.
So your emotional challenge, what do you think? Because I know that you're getting ready too.
Ugh.
The fact that Adam even searches for colleges
Out of
makes you feel-
state, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not ready. And I just have to prepare her and really prepare myself. I pray that she stays in state. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm nervous. If not, we all moving. All the aunties.
Yes.
We all gotta get
But
an apartment somewhere.
Honestly, that's what we said
You
about.
are too.
That's what we said about Nia.
Yeah.
Nia's clear in DC,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, we missed her last homecoming. That's shame on all of us. We missed a good old time.
Oh.
She's graduating just like Sydney's graduating in May. It's done.
Yeah.
It. I thought I was going to die.
How'd you make
Yes.
it?
I thought I was gonna die every single day. I had to tell myself, "Baby Joyce, you're not gonna die. You got 2 little ones downstairs.
Yeah,
Get yourself together."
It's okay, but that one's
Look
gone.
at she about to bite the inside of her mouth off.
Right, because your baby about to go too, girl. I know you moving. Don't even say you not,
I
because
said
that would
it
be a
depends.
lie.
I said if you stay on this side of Texas, I'm good.
Then you
If
gonna
you go
stay.
past Texas, I gotta go.
See,
Past Texas.
You gotta
If you
stay
pass
with
that midpoint, that's a wrap.
we all gonna
Yeah.
have to go.
Yeah.
But we all go, like, dang
Yeah,
it.
and he's the baby. I mean, we let Taya did 1 year of college in California, then she decided to come back and finish at UNLV. Sydney left and did not come back. She did Cal
Mhm.
State Fullerton, Long Beach State now. I mean, and then Jet is to be determined, but Sydney will probably stay in California.
Mhm.
We don't know where Taya will end up. I mean, she's working for NBA, the Raiders. She has a few options, but who knows where she'll end up. I mean, they could be spread out all over the country.
See?
Yikes. That's
Lord
kind
have
of
mercy.
scary. But the transition, I think, for Taya was hard. We all cried. Leaving her in California, and that was just California. And I
She's
think
the
that-
oldest.
And she's
so.
the oldest, so
Yeah.
it just kind of hit hard. Then we dropped Sydney off. Taya was still in California for a moment, so they were roommates, so it wasn't as hard.
So unnatural though, right?
Yeah,
Like so
that's
unnatural.
right.
You
Yeah.
go,
Mhm.
you get them everything that they need.
Yes.
You make the room perfect,
Yes.
and then you just
Then you
you're
walk
like
out.
bye, and you're
Mm.
like,
What
I,
happened? Who's gonna make your bed? Who's gonna do the laundry? You know how to cook? What?
I'm wondering, do they still
I'm
call
freaking
you
out
to
now.
tell you
Yes.
they're going and coming
Yes.
when they leave?
absolutely not.
Sydney and Taya were pretty good about that, but that's because
Going and
Calling and
coming.
checking.
terrified.
Yeah,
They
like,
were
I'm-
calling. She calls and talks to me, but she don't tell me
Mm-mm.
I'm going out and I'm doing it. Like
Oh.
she every single day we talk at least sometimes more, but at least 2 to 3 times a day. In the morning when I leave the gym, you
To
know,
check
getting
in.
ready,
Yeah, to
what are you
check in.
doing, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And then throughout the day, she'll be like, you know, somebody says this, what
Right.
about, you know, my moving into that, not a girlfriend, but you're my friend,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
my mama
You my little
girlfriend.
friend,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
your little
yeah,
friend,
yes.
your little friend.
It's honestly, it's probably the sweetest point of my day.
Yes.
Okay.
But where I'm going and who I'm going with all the time,
See,
no,
that-
that
You
don't
need to know
be-
that.
yeah, she don't tell me that all the time.
Interesting.
And
Do you wanna
and
know?
my son,
Of course
honestly,
she does.
you know what? Let me tell you, and I'm
I
putting it on the podcast, so now she gonna know that she busted. But that our cloud shares,
Yeah.
so I can see some of her pictures,
Yeah.
and when I see some of the party pictures, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need to know, cause
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
woo,
normal.
Her face.
cause some of them I'm like,
Say,
hey,
"Wow,
that little
pictures?
boy,
What pictures.
that little boy might get all of us pregnant. Everybody might be pregnant. Oh my goodness. Like, what is it? I mean, what is
That's why the aunties gotta stay right where they at. Don't look
yes,
no
what does his daddy look like? I mean, what's his major? Like, what is his marriage thing? Like, is married, single? Never mind, I'm married. It doesn't matter.
We're
good.
never gonna let Eric out the house.
I'd be like, you didn't invite me to that party? Why didn't you invite mommy to that?
Yeah. But I do think that there comes a time where they hit this certain point. Like, you know, when I say to Miles certain things, and I'm like, shoot, you don't want me up in there. He's like, you should come.
Yeah.
See,
We're at that point.
Yeah, like
Wow.
come. Like they enjoy our company and would think. I think that they think it's funny, like
Yeah.
or fun for us to be there. That now us cutting up is
Yes.
really fun and not embarrassing
Right.
anymore.
Yes.
And they're learning
like
to
that.
like our personality.
yes.
That
I like
makes
that.
it easier. But I think if I would have had them all like boom, 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 there's nothing to look forward to. I think I would be like Liz.
Yeah.
Y'all, I mean, rocking in a corner somewhere, like come get some. Like what do you do? Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing that happens as the kids grow up is our parents grow old. How is everyone doing with that?
I'm gonna say something. Mom don't watch the podcast. I feel like
Here it comes.
she be acting when the kids are around. Like, can you give me this? I'm like, you are 61. Calm down. Not 101. You gotta stop. Go get it. I think she puts on this act. I'm like, you gotta stop. Can you drive me?
Oh,
You got a car.
stop.
You get in the car.
And I've seen your mom. She's
I'm-
fine.
She way
Yeah.
fine.
She's fine.
I'm like, calm down.
She's
So
making-
I'm not on the way old yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still.
Yeah,
you're
she's
young.
still a working mom.
You're still young.
So
You're good.
she's
Yeah.
fine.
No, my mom is good. Still walks. Has a little 5-pound weight.
Aw,
Walking around the park.
Yeah.
Say good morning to
walks.
everybody. Watching people do Tai Chi and shit in the morning. Like, she good.
She does that stuff in the park.
She walks. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she walks a lot. But she does repeat herself a lot.
Oh yes.
So I don't know if that's
My
just
mom
with
too.
age, you know what I mean? Kind of
Yeah.
just, she forgot she told me that. I'm not quite sure. But other than that, she's healthy, which is good, thank God.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, obviously recently lost my dad, but that's definitely, I think, just diabetes and, you know, all the unchecked boxes that a lot of our brown folk or just folk in general neglect going to the doctors regularly and getting checked up.
Again,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother
Mhm.
topic.
Yes.
Yep.
Taking care.
But yeah, other than that, healthy.
Yeah. Mind healthy. Attitude
Mind
healthy.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and
She-
roll,
she
pick up the
gonna come on
kids,
the
shoot
podcast.
hoops, go bowling, like all that.
She ready.
Mhm.
I love it.
Going to the gun range.
Good. Love that.
Good.
That'd be
Teach us
Pam,
some
girl.
stuff.
She don't play. She got
need-
Roscoe.
Yeah, she did teach us some things.
Roscoe, Pico, Trace.
I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She stay ready.
So mine are in 70s now, and they are caring for my grandmother. So she lives with them. So I get to hear the stress of that.
Yeah.
Having your mom live with you, which I don't know if I could do. Just disclaimer.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's my mom's mom, and she has said, it's so stressful. I don't want any of you to have to take me when I get to a certain point. I want to make sure I'm put somewhere. And I'm like, well, my sister and my brother can take you, but but she sees it firsthand, and so thankfully she's seeing that. So for us, we won't feel maybe as guilty if that's where we end up doing. I don't know. We got some time ahead of us, but so my grandma's in her 90s and very forgetful. In decent health, but not great. So there's a lot of appointments and things that she has to be taken to. So it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
It is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know I lost my parents really early on, but I took care of my sister. And honestly, would do it all again. I think that there's parts of me that wish that I could. You know what I mean? I know that there's like the heavy weight of it, the heavy lift of it, but I mean, my dad would have been 110 last May. Like, I don't know what it would have been like taking care of a 110-year-old. But in my brain, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want you. I just want to smell your breath. I just want to hold your big old hands. I just want to, touch my mom's angel wings. You know, the extra skin,
Extra love.
the extra skin right there. I think that there's the give and take. There's the good, and then there's the bad with it. I could honestly say, taking the journey with my sister though, is that I do want my kids to take care of me. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to be with family. I want to be around family. My mother-in-law and father-in-law are getting older. They're in their 70s now. When we go to see them, it went from, you know, my mother-in-law was like your mom Roscoe, you know, fuck around and find out. Like,
Correct.
she will cuss you out. The kids would come home and be like, Mommy, let me tell you what grandma did. Like, you would never know. Like, so, in altercation in the parking lot. That joker saw me trying to move in, and I just had to cuss him out one good time, you know. And now they're just not moving the same way. And, you know, like you said, they're calling for this, like, if we talk to them, it's the same conversation, or they can't remember where they put this or that. And you're just thinking, man, how did that happen so fast? And like on the same flip is, how did Jet go to bed saying, good night, Mom, and then woke up doing, good night, Mom, or good morning, Mom. How did that happen so fast? And you know, you start to think about your own immortality and your own stuff, which made me also want to work out even more. Like I was like, I gotta go in the gym. I gotta keep going. I gotta, you know, stay here, away, like alert, right? All those things. And then when you kind of try to start to balance all of that, it's the balancing all of the responsibilities, and sometimes it's also the free time that gets me. You know, like I'm like, well, I'm not doing a full-on school project anymore, so what am I going to do this weekend? Like, what do I do with this time that I didn't have before, where I barely even showered sometimes?
Yeah.
You remember those days?
Oh yes.
Trying to get in real quick. Hop out.
Yeah.
Hit the hot spots. Get out.
I think too, when I got divorced, I had a lot of extra free time I never had, because the kids are with their dad every other weekend, and so there was a lot of self-discovery and who am I, what do I want to do, do I have a hobby, do I want to hang out, do I want to stay home, like figuring out what that looks like. And you try on a lot of different things, and for a period of time it was hanging with my friends and going out, because I didn't do that a lot. Obviously when I was married, we were home raising kids. And then now it's more exercising, hiking, traveling. It's evolved and changed. And I had a free day yesterday that I wasn't planning on, and so I got a massage and went to the gym, massage, and just hung out and watched a movie. Like, very cool to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Shay said, now you're talking my language. You done said
I
massage.
got one yesterday too.
See, there you go. See?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Love massages.
Right. But I'll add one more thing too. Is it's like the self-care piece, and we were talking about this earlier. For me, the self-care extends to even having someone help clean my house, because when I was first divorced, it was, do I clean when I don't have my kids, or do I clean when they're home?
Right.
I don't like cleaning, period. Obviously, most people don't. But how am I going to utilize my time? Well, I feel like it's worth it for me to be able to have that privilege. I recognize that is, but that is fit into my budget for a reason, because it is part of my own self-care, and the little reward I get to myself is I don't have to clean a damn thing. Yeah. So that was part of a good thing that came of that. But what do you guys do for balance? How do you balance? Well, let me just say this too. I don't know that there is a balance.
No,
I think that there is times when personal life takes over a little bit stronger or more, work takes a little bit more, or kids. So I don't know that there's ever a perfect balance. I think it's tending to the needs of what's happening in that moment or in that time frame.
Yeah.
The skill is never balanced.
Yeah.
That's not real. If it is, it's for a second. It's kind of like when you do laundry and you think you've done it all, but you got the clothes on.
Yes.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
The laundry is never all done.
Yeah.
The same
Well, if
thing.
you walk
It's
around
not
your
done.
house naked,
There you go. Problem solved.
you're welcome.
It's like working out
Sorry.
with the right side of your body.
Right.
And you're supposed to, because I'm stronger on this side for whatever reason. But every time you be like this, just balance. I'm like, balance how?
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
And I think we need to get rid of the thought
Yes.
that there is
A
a
balance.
balance. There is not.
Well, because you're striving for something
Yeah.
that's
It's
not going to
not
be
possible.
attained.
Yes.
But again, it's flexing where you need to flex,
Right.
and sometimes the kids need more.
Mm-hmm.
Or how do you become more comfortable in the roles, right? Like, how do you become, you know, more comfortable? And what's crazy to me is, like, each one of the kids are so different, right? So, like basketball for us, for years looked like, you know, I was the mom that brought the snacks and it had the little note and I knew all the team names and now if you even dream of that, I mean, my kid may set the car on fire. I don't know. That is totally not her in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like that's not. Don't do extra. Don't be big. Don't be loud. Don't talk too much. Don't wear a bright color.
Yeah.
And all of the things that you know, I would be the ugly sweater girl or and made her whole outfit, or sometimes our outfits would match. And now it's like, if you even thought that this was a good idea, you know,
You can watch
stop
your
right now, or you will be in timeout for the rest of eternity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That transition has been really different for me, and kind of understanding, like, you got to use your time for you. It's still, while again, my girl has taken me to the Holy Land with the massages and the facials and all those things. I still have to fight that, you know, I'm gonna go get a massage, and then you're like, okay, well, what about this, and what about the kids, and what is that? There's still this guilty thing that hits, that is like, is this a wise use of my time?
Yes.
You
Absolutely,
know,
always.
I mean, it's
What if
always,
the baby needs more stuff?
Dad's there. Junior's there already.
He is, but I'm not there either.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
But it's a work in
I'm
progress. We're gonna be working on that.
But the flip side is that I always do feel better, right? Like
You do.
it's like trying the new thing. It's definitely the practicing of it over and over again.
Yes.
I can remember, like, once I started like hardcore, and I would be like, this hurts, like I'm in so much pain. And you're like, no, it's a good hurt, right? And I was like, what the F is a good hurt?
I know.
What is
Sore
it?
muscles.
I have no idea. That still don't feel good for everyone out there. It's, like, it's not a good hurt. But I understand that progress, there's going to be some things that I don't always fall in that rhythm of, and it's okay. But kind of making sure to put the oxygen mask on.
That's what they say.
You can't
It's an
pour from an
emergency.
empty cup, right? You
Yeah.
can't give to others if you have nothing in you to give. If
yeah.
you have not set your head on straight, then you can't help others. And I know that's a big thing for you, is being able to give, right?
Yeah.
Givers don't do enough for themselves because you're always giving to others.
Yeah.
That's where you got to set the priority is. And again, obviously, if something's going on with the kids, sometimes but you're going to have some free time. They're in school or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Make yourself a priority.
Yeah. I think that's such a learned, when you learn I'm not saying that motherhood is traumatic or caregiving is traumatic, but it is such a traumatic time that you learn to cope in ways that are not always healthy, and now unlearning those things to care for yourself is something you got to relearn those things and retell yourself, like, this is a necessity, this is okay,
And it's
this is
okay.
Yeah.
To take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And whatever that looks
Well,
like.
and it's better, it's more than that. It's not just okay, it's a necessity
Absolutely.
to do it, because and Sean will say this to me a lot, is like, he'll say, well, if you fall apart, everything falls apart, so what are we doing here? Because he's like, I for sure can't do it. He's like, you've done you pulled too many tricks out of your head, because I can't even do a cartwheel. He'll tell the kids, he's like, you might as well kiss your birthdays goodbye. Don't worry. A holiday, we won't be celebrating nothing.
Yeah.
Speaking of husbands and relationships, where do you think that kind of puts you guys in? Because you're in the midst of it. That's pressure on a relationship. You're finding it and having to protect your babies while you're trying to look for it. You're trying to balance it, you know, intimacy, reconnection. I know for sure I'm a different person from when I brought my first baby home to who I am right now.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And he's
Way
different. You know, like how do you stay connected and how do you protect?
Mm-hmm.
And girl, I can't even spell baby right now. I'm being like, I can't spell diaper.
Liz hit the reset button.
I know.
She found the intimacy time.
Correct. Clearly.
And now I feel like sometimes that also goes on the back burner because you have a brand new baby.
Yeah.
Don't be tired all over again.
Yeah.
So that's
And
gonna be
healing.
real
Let me
hard.
stop.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be real hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really have to find the energy.
But not just
I'm really
that,
gonna have
the
to find
connection too,
Yes,
right?
right.
Because
The whole
because
thing,
I mean,
Oh, he's all
we
over
can
it
lay
now.
here like Harpo and
Right.
and do the act, but if there's no connection, if I'm
Right.
not,
Actively
still
participating.
yes, there's you gotta find time for that one,
Yeah.
and that's to me the bigger one, to the staying connected, because for a long period of my marriage, we had little kids, and it was we were conducting a business.
Yeah.
So it was, did you take care of this,
Yeah.
this, and
Yep.
this?
Yes.
Where's the money for this, this, and this?
Mhm.
Did you plan this, this, and that? So we're like, and Sean being, a firefighter, it was 24 hours on, 24 hours off. So I was the boss, and it's kind of hard to step out of the boss role just because he comes home, and he'll tell you I never step out of it, but I do.
I'm gonna say you were the
Yeah. But that
I
balancing
want to sit down
act,
and do
and everyone does the whole cute. You need to do date night, and you need to do that, and you need to do this, and it really is not that easy.
It's not.
It really, really, really isn't. It's in the time that it's quiet. That he'll say something that reminds me how truly friggin' funny he is, or why he's my friend, and we get into this rhythm, and it's not the steakhouse date, it's not the TikTok restaurant, it's those kind of conversations that I'm like, okay, yeah, you're my person. Thank goodness. But I know that you guys did a staycation.
It's definitely needed to reconnect. A lot of times you're just almost two ships in the night passing, because you're like you said, did you do this? Did we do this? Who has this practice? Do you have his shoes? Do you have her?
Yeah.
So it's like that. But staycations definitely needed, because you reconnect. You like, damn, who are you? You know what I mean? Because you kind of forget.
So did you?
Because you got little ones at home, so you over there like,
you gotta break this down for me. Did you do the whole temperatures
rising?
rising?
Yeah, girl. All that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Did you get a different?
I had to
wig, a
stretch
different
first, girl.
color?
I'm just kidding.
That's why she works out.
Did you roll into Did
You
you
know,
bring Sasha Fierce?
Be my A game. Can I
Yeah,
step
or
it
did
up?
your alter ego bring
Yeah,
something
that
else
has
to
to
the
kick
table? He'd be
in.
like, "Who is you?"
The kids are gonna be mortified.
We cannot watch this episode.
They could
You're
not.
like, I
But
literally-
yeah, I think you just have to reconnect, and you kind of remember who we were before kids, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
And
love
it gives you those butterflies again,
It
where you're just
does.
like, okay.
Woo, girl, I'm getting hot already. I'm about to run home, y'all. Y'all gonna have to do this without me today.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Mel, what about you? Kind of trying to build that out, and sometimes it's really hard, right, to balance all those things, and then your kids are at the age where you're so not cool, and they never miss an opportunity to tell you that, and especially
That's
in
horrible.
you're getting ready to date, and then you're like, you wearing that or what you got on, and you're like, oh my gosh. I gotta shut you down, because I know I'm a baddie. How do you?
Hey, girl.
Well, first, I don't, obviously if they see this episode, but I don't share with them anything about my dating life. I chose not to early on. I don't want a bunch of different men around my kids,
Yeah.
and they were a lot younger, obviously, when I was first divorced. It's been 10 years now. I still don't choose to bring people around them unless it's something that's for sure, and I haven't been there yet. So they have met some friends that are guys. I think it's important for them to know that I have both male and female friends throughout my life. but they've not met anyone I've dated. So they're not sure who I'm dating, what I'm dating, am I dating? They ask. I don't tell. That's my private piece that I don't want to share.
Nice.
So that makes it even harder, though, to date. Because for someone to date me, I'm not available all the time. I have responsibilities. I have kids. I have a career. I don't have them with me, and then that's my free time. So I understand how that looks for a man to say, oh, you're available next Wednesday or every other weekend. I get that that's hard. So it's been difficult to find the right person that I want to share that time with, that's so like limited to begin with. And so I've been on dates, or I've been ghosted and someone doesn't show up, and it's like, that was my one night off this whole week without kids, and there went my date time. So, whatever, but that's been, the balancing act, so to speak, is trying to figure that out. And honestly, at this point now, I'm my kids are going to be 16 and 15 next year, so a couple more years of this, and then I'll have all the time that I want for that, in the future. But right now, I'm really still, kids are number one priority for me, and that's been why it's been a little difficult for dating.
So you're definitely holding on to this time with them.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy my time when I don't have them. But it's spent with my friends and traveling and massages and those things that are for me. Whether there's a man there or not, listen, I would love to have a partner. I'm not rushing into anything. I don't do without because I don't have someone.
Right. Good for you.
No, that's good.
I like that.
Yeah.
I will help that.
I think our kids want us to be happy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think, we're saying, oh, the kids don't want to, I can't let the kids hear or whatever, but I think ultimately there is I can see smiles on my kids' face when they see me and Sean, the affection, or when we start, capping on each other.
It's not cringe.
It's not cringe. It's not. Yeah, it's not Ohio. I think that ultimately, it's something that kind of not that they, and not only that they need. I think they enjoy it. You know what I mean? I think it makes them smile. But we all just know that, again, we now as our. I think something we'll carry with us after this is that there's no such thing as balancing. We're not gonna even say that anymore. We're going with the flow. We're gonna ebb and flow, and keep doing our just our check-ins with ourselves and each other. Speaking of that, we didn't do our check-in with you, did we?
No.
No. Let's do our check-in with you.
Things are good. Kids are, kids, driving me nuts, but doing well. We're almost obviously at the end of this year, and they're ready for Christmas break and all that. Well, Thanksgiving break first, then Christmas break. So they obviously enjoy being home doing nothing like I do. Just joined a new gym recently this last week. So
you join?
I'm going month to month.
Okay.
I have to join something because I can't stay without a gym. So month to month.
Sorry.
Do we give a side eye?
This one.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah. No, it's a little bit tougher, but it's good. I need to step it up a little bit. I feel like I'm gonna have abs by next week. I'm not, but that's what it feels like when I'm working out there. But it's good, new energy around different people.
She's trying to make sure I ain't gonna follow her.
She
She picked a gym that she know for sure.
There weren't a lot of choices for 5 a.m.
Listen,
in my budget, so
that warrior lady that you already told me about, I was like, ain't no way.
She's there every day.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
she done pumped me out the door. If they are not AARC certified there.
AARP ain't.
They have the floating floor though, which does help.
It's bouncier.
Yeah.
Better for your knees.
Okay, I don't know that has anything
That's
to do
certified.
with abs coming in.
I'm just joking. I eat too much to have abs, but you know what I mean.
But do tell, anything on the dating front? No.
Nope.
He out there.
Fun. Nothing fun to report there. Maybe he's watching this.
Hello.
He's gonna find me on here. I don't know. Maybe he'll watch me and go, that girl is weird. That's why she's single. That's why she's single.
That's my John right there.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Philly man. We already been there, done that.
Watch, he's from Philly.
He's from Philly. He's bald.
I don't know. We already did that. No.
No,
We gonna
Didn't
see.
work.
We gonna see.
All right, friends. Thanks for hanging in with us. Till next time, fuck being balanced. Just go with the flow. Do your best, and know that your friends here at My Gym Friends are with you. Stay tuned.